What happens when trained military personnel, not civilians, not conspiracy theorists, but U.S. Air Force officers all report the same thing and can't explain it? In December of 1980, just outside the U.S. military base in England, something entered the forest. Not a rumor, not a blurry photo. This was witnessed and tracked and documented. This is known as the Rendlesham Forest incident, often called Britain's Roswell. But here's the difference. Roswell has debate. This one has witnesses with rank. It started at RAF Woodbridge, a U.S. Air Force base. Security personnel saw strange lights descending into the forest. Naturally, they assumed it was a downed aircraft. So they did what they were trained to do. They went in. 3 men entered the forest that night, including Airman First Class John Burroughs and Staff Sergeant Jim Pennington. What they found was not a plane. Pennington described it as a triangular craft, about 9 feet long, smooth, black, silent, and covered in strange symbols, almost like hieroglyphics. He said he got close enough to actually touch it. The next night, things escalated. Multiple personnel returned, including Deputy Base Commander Lieutenant Colonel Charles Holt. This wasn't just security anymore. This was leadership. They recorded audio in real time. You can still hear it today. Lights moving through the forest, objects in the sky, and beams of light coming down from above. At one point, a beam of light was seen coming down into a weapons storage area. Now here's where the story takes a turn. Most people don't know about it, because years later, declassified CIA documents surfaced. These aren't opinions, these are actual CIA session records. The agency conducted what's called remote viewing, a program where individuals attempt to perceive locations without physically being there. And the target was Rendlesham Forest. According to the documents, they described a dark triangular object, black, solid, and structured, with recessed lighting, not lights sticking out, but built into the craft itself. That alone matches what the military witnesses reported. But it goes further. The documents describe the inside of the object. Thick walls, structured interior, not hollow, not simple. Almost like they weren't just seeing it, they were actually inside it. Then comes the details you don't hear often. Buzzing sounds, yellowish lights, a surface that felt almost soft or fabric-like, not metal, not what you'd expect from an aircraft we know. And then the most unsettling detail the documents suggest. Communication wasn't verbal. They wrote, "Touch works, subconscious communication," as if contact wasn't through sound, but through interaction. If you want more real cases like this, not just stories, but actual declassified material, hit like, subscribe, or comment what you think this was. And share this with someone who needs to see it. So now think about this. You have trained military personnel on the ground, seeing, approaching, and interacting with something they couldn't explain. And years later, CIA documents describing the same object, the same location, even suggesting they could perceive its interior. So the question isn't just, what did they see? The question is, how much of this has already been studied without us ever knowing? This file was declassified, but that doesn't mean it was fully explained.